Yeah, so just to start off, proud of our guys and the grit and the fight that they showed. It's crazy. I mean, that's a well-coached team. It's a good football team. I mean, a couple weeks ago, I think they were ranked 14 or something like that. They're a good football team. And, the crazy thing about it is we made some critical mistakes early in the game that really let it get away. I mean, the catastrophic. So we were in a cover two. We don't get anything on the outside receiver. They take a shot down there. It gives them an easy touchdown. And we had a couple things like that. We were moving the ball, get stopped on a fourth down. I mean, it's just, there's a couple little critical things that could have kept us in that ball game for a whole lot longer. But again, our guys showed some grit. They fought. They did some good things. I thought we were able to run the ball a little bit. Obviously, it doesn't reflect in the stats because of some of the sack yardage that we gave up and the one errant turnover on the snap. So we've got some things we got to work on. But defense created some turnovers. Unfortunately, offense gave some turnovers over. But that's a group of guys in there that have fought. They've been through a hellacious season. I just told them, we've got two more to go. Great opportunity next week against UTEP, send our seniors out the right way. And then we got another one at home. So if our guys continue to do what they've done all year, they'll show up ready to work, ready to practice, ready to grit it out. And I know there's some good things ahead of them. So obviously extremely disappointed right now. We didn't come here to get a paycheck. We didn't come here to just, hang out and let the time pass. We came here to win a football game, and I think that reflected in how hard our guys came out and played early. We just let things get out of way, out of hand, and that not out of hand, but just kind of let it get away a little bit in the first half when they gave us opportunities. And when you walk into like a juggernaut like this, and at their house on their homecoming with a sold out crowd, and they give you opportunities, you have to take advantage of them. And we didn't do that enough early on.
Questions, guys?
So Logan Fife in the second half took a really big hit there. He went back into the game on that drive, but then Adam went in for the rest of the game. Did you guys see something on the sideline that made you want to play it safe with Logan, or just what happened there in that
He
situation?
wasn't feeling 100%. He was a little banged up, and we talked about it a little bit, and it was a great opportunity to get Adam in there. And Adam did some, he did some good things, made a couple of mistakes, but he did some good things. But it's just, it seemed like a good opportunity to get him in there, and not take the risk of getting Logan hurt anymore.
Kadarius got hurt as well and didn't combat that. I saw how's he doing?
I'm not sure yet. He got banged up in the ribs. I know they were going to do some X-rays. I'm not sure what the results were, but we'll find out soon.
Yeah, seems like offensively, you guys were starting to get drives. You guys were getting some good plays, but they just either stall or you would make a big mistake. Is that how you feel like things went offensively today?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, again, off the hoof, without watching the film, I felt like, early in the game, we were moving the ball well. I mean, it seemed like we kept getting first downs on our first possessions. We were starting off with explosives, and then we'd get right around midfield, and then we kind of sputtered a little bit. And the one that really hurt us was that early fourth down. I think if we get that and extend the drive, keep the clock moving, get some points on the board, whether it's a field goal, get something going right there. I think that changes the dynamic. Again, it's a tall feat coming in here to try to, beat these guys. But again, we were moving the ball. We got to midfield multiple times. We got in short yardage situations. And I mean, we probably went for it on fourth down more than we had the entire season. And, you get half of those, you're giving yourself opportunities.
How do you feel like David did going in for Ryan today?
Again, I got to go back and look, but off the hoof, I thought he did well. He did a good job with his legs of extending plays, ran the ball down to the one. He got flushed out of the pocket a couple times, made some rookie mistakes, when he threw the ball away and there's no receiver there and, taking the grounding and things like that. The one pick that he threw, I mean, he darn near threw it into the back of our offensive lineman, but these are his first snaps of the year for us, and it's a heck of an environment to have those in. So I was proud of his grittiness, and I thought he did some good things.
Yeah, that was good. I was trying to ask about Barker actually, coming in for Hawk as a kicker today.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought he meant to.
No,
Barker,
it's okay.
um, he made a field goal. He missed a PAT. He can't miss PAT. So God bless him. We got to work on that.
I do appreciate that quote on Demonte though. That was great. Defensively, how do you feel like you guys did?
Well, again, I thought we played really good box defense at times. They were able to run the ball. I mean, they chewed up some rushing yards. There's no doubt about it. But I mean, for us to, I mean, we did a really good job, in short yardage situations, holding them. They didn't seem like they were more physical than us. I mean, again, off the hoof, watching that, I thought we held up interior pretty well. You know what I'm saying? They spit some balls on the outside and they got some chunk runs there, but I think we held up pretty good against them. We got some pressure on their quarterback without calling a lot of pressures. So, inside we did good. It's just, and then the back end, some of those big plays were tough.
Yeah, you guys got UTEP in the last game for that rivalry as a conference matchup, and then Middle Tennessee to end the season. Just what do you feel like you guys' mentality is going into those two games now at 3-7?
Well, the whole thing is it is mentality, and it's all about the way you look at things. And I mean, it's 3 of the last 4 weeks coming into this game, you lose on the last play of the game. There's not many teams in the country that have gone through that. And then you
Yeah.
get here tonight, and it'd been real easy to just lay over, right? And our guys didn't do that. They came out and they were gritty as hell, and then they fought. So, the challenge for me, which I don't honestly know in this group of guys, I don't know if it'll be that big of a challenge, is UTEP's not going to be a gimme. They're a tough team and they play people tough. The record doesn't reflect it, but they're going through their own trials and tribulations. They've lost a lot of close games. It's a
Mhm.
rivalry game. We won't play them again for a while. So again, when we get back to Cruces, we're gonna have to have a good team meeting tomorrow. Have a good lift. And a good talk about these last 2 weeks moving forward, taking them one at a time. So there's a great opportunity for us to go and get a win. I'm sure they're saying the same thing. But believe me, we will not take it for granted. We're not good enough to take it for granted. We're gonna have to get gritty and move this program forward. But I'm proud of these guys and in full faith that, we're getting closer to where we need to be. We just need to take care of some of the details.
Right. That's all I got unless Sam has something.
Sam, do you have any questions?
Coach, just one from me. I know you kind of touched on it in there. Just, I guess, what's your message to your team, knowing what you've gone through, the last 4 weeks, and knowing, where you guys are at now, and just to finish the year
Well,
off.
without sharing too much, I told him we talked about being grateful. We talked about being grateful before the game for the opportunities. I always say God doesn't give you more than you can handle. You got this. And you talk about faith all the time. I mean, we talk about it constantly. And if you truly have faith, this is where you got to lean into it. You got to lean into each other. You got to lean into your teammates. You got to lean into the program. You got to lean into one another. And there's life's going to throw a lot of different things at you. And when it gets tough, if you're someone who turns and runs for the hills, it's going to be a rough life, right? So football reflects life, and it's again, these are great opportunities. We got another one coming up on Saturday, and again, it's not like we're sitting there running around getting the doors blown off us. Our guys are playing well. They played some really good, good football at times. We got to put it all together, and obviously now it's there's only 8 quarters for this team to exist. But how are we going to send the seniors out? These guys are going to hang up, put their pads up for the last time, and what are they going to do for the future of this program? Where are they going to leave it? So we have some great opportunities ahead of us. But again, it's just having faith, caring about each other, loving each other, leaning into each other, and playing for each other. Coming up Saturday.